Okay, everybody, hello and welcome to this Tulua skincare class, where today we are focusing predominantly on the effects of stress when it comes to our skin. So, welcome, my name's Debbie Thorpe. I am a wellbeing expert. I've been working within this field now for approximately 17 years, and I am also the co-founder of Tulua Skincare. So we are going to cover in this session, super quick, easy session. It's going to be about 20 or 30 minutes, and we're going to cover how stress affects your body and your skin, how we can nourish our skin from the inside and out. I'm going to be providing you with some top tips that you can use right now at home in order to help support your skin. And then I'm going to be answering any questions that anybody might have. So welcome, do stay tuned to the end. There's a special offer for you specifically as a thank you for tuning in. So do stick through us till the end. So we're going to start by just briefly understanding how stress impacts our body and our skin. So when we are in a stressed state, there are certain hormones that are released along with adrenaline, which causes our body to go into this fight or flight response. And what can happen as a result of that is that we might then be prone to a sudden outbreak of spots, or our skin might change and it becomes more oily, more dry, more sensitive in certain areas. Now, the thing about being in a stressed state is that our body's resources are diverted to our crucial systems. So it gets diverted to the muscles that help us run and get out of a situation if we're in danger. So it means that a lot of our blood flow, a lot of sort of all of that goodness that needs to go to the skin, it gets diverted to other systems. So when we are in times of stress, our skin typically is the very last thing that will get any kind of nutrients from the body, which is why when we are stressed, it really can start to show on our skin. And there's other ways that stress affects the skin. In terms of typically when we are stressed, we're not sleeping very well, we aren't looking after ourselves particularly well, so we might not be eating the best, we might not be exercising, and this all has a knock-on impact on our skin. So our skin can begin to look quite grey. We might find that we've got more fine lines and wrinkles. We might start to develop bags and dark circles around our eyes. So it really has a big knock-on effect for our skin. And like I said, our body's resources, when we are stressed, our skin is not a priority at that time. So one of the best things we can do to nourish our skin from the inside is to move into a more relaxed state. Okay, so it's doing things like getting enough rest, doing some relaxation techniques such as meditation and deep breathing, and just allowing our body just to rest. You know, if you imagine when you're in a stressed state, your body is geared up for war. It's like all of your systems internally turn into like infantry soldiers, and your body's like ready at any moment to fight or run away, whatever it needs to do. So one of the best things we can do to help support our skin and our whole system in general is to just put all of those soldiers at ease and just allow our body just to relax for a moment. Okay. And it's for this reason that you may very well find that your skincare routine that has been working for you for many years maybe suddenly stops working for you because your skin isn't responding in the same way. It's going through a lot of changes, and maybe those products just aren't working anymore. They're just not quite hitting the spot. So it's why it's really important to be willing to change up your skincare routine, particularly when you are going through a time of change, because it's your skin is requiring different things from you. So let's move on to more things that you can do to nourish your skin from the inside. So as well as just allowing your body to rest and relax and take those that energy and use it for your skin, it's really a good idea to try and fill your body with the nutrients and the vitamins and the minerals that your skin needs. So for your skin, we're looking at a particular set of vitamins and minerals. So we really want to be making sure that we're getting enough vitamin C, vitamin A, and zinc in particular. Okay. So throughout a day, really the most simple way of explaining this is try and eat the rainbow. So try and eat a wide variety of colours of fruits and vegetables, because typically they contain different vitamins and minerals that all work together and may feed us not only internally, but they feed the skin as well. Particularly, we want to be paying attention to good fats. So the fats that are found in avocados, nuts and seeds. Fatty fish is fantastic. Dark chocolate, this is the higher concentrate of dark chocolate, the better, because it's such a rich source of antioxidants. And green tea, again, a big source of antioxidants. And why we especially want to be ensuring we're having enough antioxidants when we're stressed particularly is because, you know, if you imagine your stressed system as all of these infantry soldiers, and when they start going to war, you know, there's bullets and there's stuff flying all over everywhere, that's causing internal damage to us. Okay, so imagine all of those shots being fired. They're the equivalent of what is called free radicals. And free radicals are what occur in the body and they cause damage. So they are the cells, if you like, that are what causes damage and aging to the skin. What antioxidants do is essentially neutralize free radicals. So the higher the concentrate of antioxidants within our body, the more able we are to fight free radicals, and it actually causes less damage internally, but also prevents a lot of the aging process as well. So ensuring you're having a diet that's rich in antioxidants is really important. But as well, I am a big believer in eating those fruits and vegetables which are rich in something called beta carotene. Okay, now this acts as a natural sunblock within your body. So things like tomatoes, sweet potatoes, and red and yellow peppers, they are high in beta carotene. That is what enables a natural sunblock in your body. So you absorb all the vitamin D and the goodness that you need from the sunshine, but it blocks out the harmful UV rays. Now, we'll get on to one of the questions that was submitted to me before this class was about pigmentation. And one of the ways that we need to treat pigmentation is by wearing some kind of sunscreen. However, most sunscreens, actually everything that's got an SPF value associated to it, is a chemical. And we really want to be reducing the chemical and toxic load on us, particularly when we're stressed, because our body is already quite a toxic place when we're stressed. So by all means, you will need to use some form of SPF. However, eating, I think it's 20 small tomatoes is the equivalent of like an SPF 30. So really seek to gain that SPF from the foods that you eat, rather than pumping lots and lots of chemicals onto the body. So there's some really good ideas about the foods that we can eat to nourish both our inside and our skin. And I'm going to come on to the big thing now that we all know about, and that's drinking water. Now, it's one of those things that whenever I say this to clients, it's like, yeah, I know, I need to drink more water. But very few people go away and do it. Now, the thing is, we need water, okay? Particularly when we're stressed and there's a high toxic load on our system, we need to help flush all of those free radicals and all of those nasties out of the system. And water is a really good way of doing that. Now, if you are tired, stressed, you're feeling like your skin has got that grey tone to it, as in it's not radiant, and you've got more fine lines and wrinkles than you would normally have, I promise you now that if you just upped your water intake for the next 2 weeks and you did that consistently every day, you would see a difference, okay? You really would start seeing those fine lines plumping out. It's really incredible. And it's really simple, you know. If you're not used to drinking water, then it's probably going to feel too big a stretch to suddenly go to drinking 2 litres of the stuff a day, but just aim to drink 1 more glass. You know, one of the easiest ways to add more water into your routine is when you get up in the morning and you reach for a tea or a coffee, have a glass of water first and then have your tea or coffee. When you have lunch, another glass of water. So just keep adding the water in gradually. And if you really struggle with the taste of water, you know, add some lemon to it, add some strawberries, add something that is going to give it some flavour. But you cannot get really nice, plump, radiant skin without drinking enough water. Okay. One of our philosophies behind Tulua and one of our founding principles is that we are here to be as truthful and as honest with you as possible when it comes to skin and the looking after of it. Okay, I'm not here to promise you the next miracle cream and the next miracle cure that's going to, you know, wipe away all signs of aging and leave you with this amazing skin. It just doesn't work like that. Your skin is a complex organ. It's part of your body's waste system, if you like. So if your internal thermostat is off somewhere, stress is a big one for knocking that thermostat off. Then there is only so much that external products will do, which is why we're here now delivering this masterclass to you, educating you on all the things that you can do right now at home that are going to help your skin. So that's a selection of things that you can do right now to nourish your skin from the inside. So when we think about the skin from the outside, I think it probably is the go-to thing for most people. If they see that they are currently struggling with a particular issue or a problem, you know, maybe it's bags under the eyes, maybe it's an acne breakout, maybe it's a sudden outbreak of dry, itchy skin. Automatic response is to go and see somebody and get something external that we can use, because we can physically see our skin right from the outside. That makes sense. So there's a few things that I think are really important to bear in mind when it comes to looking after your external habits for your skin. So the first one is by ensuring that you are thoroughly cleansing the skin each day. So this isn't about using the makeup wipes that are typically full of alcohol. They strip the skin. There's so many studies now that have shown they literally just move dirt around the skin. They don't clean it. They don't get into the pores. So if the one thing that you do for your skin to support it externally is to thoroughly cleanse with a good cleanser every day, you are well on your way to helping support your skin. When it comes to your skincare regime, we are very passionate about the simpler the better. Now, I'm going back a few months now when I did a whole month of free skincare consultations, and it was staggering for me the amount of people who came to see me and they'd walked into a high street store. You know, there's so many counters, isn't there, of skincare and makeup. It's so overwhelming. And they get caught by one of the salespeople, and it's like, right, you need this 7-step system. Here it is. Here's some extra products. And I had one client, she was using those 7 steps every single day, and it was a total and utter overstimulation for the skin. Okay, so it's really important. I think we can get caught up in, right, well, I need results. I'm going to buy whatever I need to get those results, and we almost overstimulate the skin. And that's why it's really important that in order for us to embark on a new skincare regime, we really do speak to a unbiased professional. Okay, so a skincare expert that's not linked to a particular brand, who can really help us look at our skin from all angles. Okay, so following on to my next point, really, use a skincare regime that's suited to you. Now, for example, if you don't have any particular skincare issues and you don't wear makeup, you won't need to be doing a cleanse, tone, moisturize twice a day, every day. Okay, because your skin isn't being caked with makeup. It's not getting dirty. We're not in somewhere that is massively polluted. So the likelihood is all you're going to need to do is have a really nice thorough cleanse in an evening, and then apply some moisturizer the following morning. However, if you are somebody who wears more makeup, or you're more prone to oily skin, then you would need to add in more cleansing to your routine. You'd also need to add in a scrub and a mask once a week. You just get to know what is going to work for you. And this is where we'll be hosting many more of these masterclasses, because we at Tulua are really passionate about you understanding your skin and what your skin needs, rather than reaching for the next miracle product and this one and this one and this one. And honestly, the amount of clients I see where they have got a bathroom cabinet full of products that they bought on a whim and they've used once, and then it's foreverly remained in the cupboard. So let's get informed about your skin. Let's learn what it needs and work from that place. So it's really important that what you put on your skin is good for your internal system as well. Now, whatever you put on your skin gets absorbed into your body. Okay, we know that from people who wear nicotine patches if they're giving up smoking, or for people who wear pain relief patches, hormonal contraception. We know that whatever we put onto our skin gets absorbed into our body. Now, part of the reason why Tulua was founded, we never intended to give birth to a skincare company. Tulua came about organically because, having run a spa for nearly 10 years, we were very, very aware of many skincare brands. Okay, we'd had meetings and visits with various reps. We knew a lot of skincare brands. And what we were struggling with is finding something that was natural and ethical and didn't contain chemicals that actually cause more problems than they solve. So our big discovery was about an ingredient called sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS as it's shortened to. There's many deviations of that, but at some point in the phrase you will see the words sodium lauryl or lauryl sulfate. Now, this is a known skin irritant, okay? And what we discovered in our research is that it's used in probably about 90% of skincare products. I could almost guarantee you that if you were to go now and have a look in your bathroom, have a look at your bubble bath, your body wash, your shower gel, your shampoos, your facial washes, your soaps, sodium lauryl sulfate would be the second highest ingredient to water. Now, sodium lauryl sulfate was developed just after the war as a detergent. It's what they originally used to wash clothes with. It's the thing that causes the lather in products. And the reason why we started Tulua and we became really almost obsessed with this one ingredient that we almost couldn't get away from in many products is because we started to see a link between people who use products that contain SLS and those people then suffering with dry, sensitive skin, eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis. Okay. Now, what happened is that when we started manufacturing our own products that don't contain SLS, they don't contain chemicals, they are as natural and organic as they possibly can be, is that the very people who had been suffering with, dry, irritable skin for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, once they stopped using that and they started using the natural products, that disappeared. Okay. Now, our body is designed to cope with a level of toxins. Okay, our body, when it's well functioning, will cope with 20% of our daily life being toxic. It will do a good job of flushing that away, and we won't ever realize that that's what's going on. If 80% of the time we're doing a good job of keeping it filled with nutrients and vitamins, and it's getting enough rest and exercise and all the rest of it. What we believe has been happening within the skincare industry is that because so many products, and I mean, a huge percentage of products contain this one particular chemical called SLS in big quantities, is that gradually over the years people have developed an intolerance to it. And when our body becomes too toxic, it it goes into like a toxic overload, and it just won't be able to cope with the processing of that particular chemical or toxin any longer. So really begin to become educated about what might be going on in the products that you're using and the very effects that that might be having on your skin. So if right now you're suffering with sensitive skin, we've definitely seen at least a 50% increase of clients who have sensitive skin over the last 2 years. So if your skin is prone to being sensitive, it's becoming dry, you're prone to eczema and psoriasis and itchy, dry, flaky skin, please check the ingredients of the products that you're using. If they contain any form or deviation of SLS, please stop using them. It will make a massive difference, okay? And do switch out to using more natural products. Obviously our Tulua products are amazing. You can go onto our Facebook page, onto our website, onto our reviews and see the befores and after photos and the testimonials from clients who have switched and the difference that they've felt. So I'm going to move on to just giving you a few top tips now about some common skincare concerns and what you can do to help those at home. So one of the most common things that people complain about is puffiness around the eyes. Okay, now typically this is worse in the morning because we've been laid down, and it has enabled lots of fluid and toxins to gather around our eyes. Now this part here, just underneath your eyes, it's almost like a chamber that can hold the fluid. So a really good trick is first thing in the morning, when you get up, you have a wash and maybe you put on your moisturiser or your makeup. It's just with your middle fingers, is just dab really lightly from the inside of your eye outwards. Okay, just do this very, very gently. Just do that a few times. We don't want to be pulling and dragging this sensitive area, but nice dabbing movements. And what we're doing there is doing a form of lymphatic drainage. So we are helping to clear those toxins away from this area. So that's a really effective way of quickly reducing puffy eyes first thing in the morning. Also, if you find that you are developing dark circles, obviously sleep has a massive impact on that, but so does hydration levels. So one of the most effective ways of treating dark circles, one is upping your water intake straight away, drinking lots of water, but wearing the slices of cucumber. Now, no doubt you'll have seen this a lot. It's used in films. It works, okay? Cucumbers have a very high water content and they are a natural anti-inflammatory. So, you know, if you really are struggling one morning or you want to give yourself a bit of a boost, do the little lymphatic drainage massage and just put a couple of slices of cucumber over your eyes for literally 5 minutes, and that will help reduce the darkness, but also reduce the puffiness. If you find that you are having a breakout of spots, okay, particularly if it's around the chin and the jaw area, typically that signifies it's hormonal. Okay, and there's only so much we can do when it comes to our hormones. We will cover it in a separate episode in terms of some of the internal things we can do. However, one of the things that really helps is to reduce inflammation causing foods. So cutting out sugar, cutting out processed foods and cutting out dairy. Now, we know that those are things that can really trigger our bodies to become more inflamed and to feed bacteria. So we really want to be cutting those out, and you will see a marked difference in your outbreak. And then, like I said, when it comes to dry skin, it was one of the questions that was submitted to me before this, actually, in terms of how to tackle dry skin. So like I said, go back, check your products, ensure that you're not using anything that is laden with chemicals, especially SLS. But when it comes to dry skin, we also want to be gently exfoliating it, okay? If we don't exfoliate away the dead dry skin on the top, all we're doing is putting products on top of dead dry skin, and it makes it really hard for that moisturiser or for that mask to really soak in and make a difference. So when it comes to dry skin, make sure that you're not using any products that are drying, causing the skin to dry out, but that you're very gently exfoliating, literally once or twice a week. That's all you need to do. You don't need to be over exfoliating. And then when you apply your moisturiser, you'll find that it just soaks in that little bit better. And the last question that I'm going to move on to and cover today is around what to do when you've got large open pores, which is very common, particularly around the nose and the cheek area, and maybe across the forehead. And it's a really difficult one without having a salon treatment. But essentially, your pores can get wider or appear wider when they are full of, sort of dirt and oil, and they need a good clean out. So in order to minimize the appearance of large open pores, again, we want to be gently exfoliating, and we want to have a really solid cleansing routine. So twice a day, making sure we're cleansing the skin thoroughly. We are exfoliating once or twice a week, and then we're using a really nice clarifying mask that is drawing out those impurities. And by keeping those pores really nice and clean, it makes them appear much smaller. When it comes to salon treatments, things like microdermabrasion and oxygen therapy do help to minimise the pores, but that's not something that you can do just from using products. So I'm going to leave you with the very last point. Lots of us get really excited about trying a new skincare regime, and then we do it for like a week and then go, oh, can't see any difference, it's not working for me. The products go on there in the cupboard, and you move on to something else. Now, like I said, your skin is a living, breathing organ. It renews itself every 28 days. And by that, I mean the top 2 layers of the skin start to shed, and then the next layers come up. So it's like this continual renewal process. That takes 28 days. So it's really important that whatever changes you make, whether that be to your diet, to the amount of rest and relaxation you're doing, to the skincare products that you're using, it's really important that you give it at least 4 weeks to really start to show. Okay, I know that me telling you that goes against so much of what you hear from the skincare industry. Like I said, I'm not here to sell you a quick fix miracle cure. I'm here to be really honest and tell you the truth about how your skin works. So it's really important that you are finding a skincare regime that's tailored to you, that is going to work for you, and that you stick with it for at least 4 weeks. Okay. So I'm going to finish with the very special offer that we have got for you. So, like I said, it's super important that you are able to speak with a qualified skincare professional when it comes to starting or changing your skincare routine. Okay. Quite often, like I said, roll back a few months ago when I did a whole month of skincare consultations, very often what we did as a result of those consultations was strip people's skincare routines back to only 1 or 2 products. I don't think there was an occasion where I gave people more stuff to try. Typically, people are already using too much. So it's really about having a conversation with a professional who really understands skin from inside and out and can work with you to devise a plan that works for you. So I have a really special offer for you. As a thank you for attending and watching this masterclass, not only have you got lots and lots of helpful tips and things that you can do right now to support your skin, but you will also have the chance to have a free 30-minute consultation with me. Now, I've been in the wellbeing industry for 17 years, massively working with stress and the impacts of stress. I understand that very, very well. And I've had my own salon and I've worked within the skincare industry for nearly 10 years now. So I understand skin, and I'm here to support you in whatever your skincare journey needs to be in the future, whether you have got a specific issue that you'd like help with, whether you feel totally lost when it comes to skincare and you could really do with some advice on how to get started. Maybe you are really wanting to start nourishing yourself. You know, maybe you have been an afterthought for so long and you really want to start investing in yourself and ensuring that you are nourishing yourself on every possible level. So I will drop the link in the comments for you to book your own consultation, and I will guide you through a whole plan of, you know, inside and out, which will be the best care plan for you for the next month. And you will also get a very exclusive discount on our Tulua products as a result of that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this skincare class. Do drop me a message, do let me know what you learned, what your key takeaways from this was, and I will be back very soon with another skincare masterclass. Bye for now.